Hi, and welcome to the Daily Windups Daily Briefing. Today we have a couple um, slight severe possibilities here. One is in the mid-Mississippi Valley. The other one is in the Intermountain West near Utah and Idaho. And Ohio is looking pretty favorable for some stronger storms later this afternoon. Right now, the strongest storms are in Tennessee. And I just want to say here for a second, I know it's not very populated, but this area out here in the Midwest, or I'm sorry, the Intermountain West, there's very strong 8-kilometer shear, around 70 knots, so that will help sustain any severe storms that do develop. Here is the precipitation for 60 hours out. And I wanted to show here on the bottom two slides. Now the rain has been forecast to lessen. It's now showing maybe anywhere between 1.75 and 4 inches of rain in the Ohio Valley and Illinois and Indiana and Tennessee and all those areas. And this is hour 60. So we're moving out, and this is still the remnants of Isaac is moving very slowly. And here's where the strongest storms are today. This is the radar out of Nashville, and there's no rotation or hail signatures, but this is very heavy rain. I expect this to continue to become more severe throughout the day as daytime heating occurs. And this will eventually spread into the Kentucky and Ohio valleys. This is the GFS for hour 192, and this is our first front of the autumn season. There's still significant timing differences and the strength of the trough. So there actually may only be a slight change in temperatures. Hopefully it goes down to the 80s like most of our autumn fronts do. This is still a little early, so it may not have quite an impact as it would, say, in late September, but we can keep our fingers crossed. So, there's going to be some severe weather in the Dakotas and the northern plains as this trough moves in. Now this is our 240 on the ECMWF, and this in the northeast is the first trough that I just showed that'll be moving through the Midwest and Texas this weekend. Back here to the west is a second, even stronger trough. It should move in a week later or so. So we're going to start experiencing a cool down. It just may not be as soon as this weekend. It may be 2 weeks out. Hopefully it'll be a week out. And here is the lifted indices for hour 60. And this is when the first trough is going to come digging through. And you notice this big orange yellow area on the top right hand screen. That is a -12 degrees C lift index values, and this is where the severe weather is going to occur when this trough hits all this humid air with the strong dew points. So that's something to watch later this week as this trough moves eastward and then southeastward. Now I did want to show this, talking a little bit about the tropics. This is the GFS hour 156, and this big circle here, that's either dark circle or red circle, that's Tropical Storm or Hurricane Leslie. And what I wanted to point out here was on the 5 millibar heights, which is the upper left hand side of the screen, this big trough digging down here. That's the first trough that's going to affect us next weekend. And this is making it virtually impossible for any tropical systems to cross into the Gulf or the Caribbean. This trough is going to move out and push these storms and hurricanes out into the open Atlantic. Here's the hour 240 northern hemisphere mean 500 millibar heights. And the left here is the European, and the right here is the GFS. And the European here is showing that this trough that's out in the Atlantic, that is the first trough that's going to affect us. Then the trough that you see here out in the west, that is the second stronger trough. And I just wanted to show this is a pattern that's taking us into autumn, and it's going to make it very, very difficult for tropical systems to migrate into the Gulf of Mexico. It'd be a little easier to get into the Caribbean, but still these troughs are very strong, and they're going to be pushing eastward. Here is Tropical Storm Leslie, and she has winds of 60 knots this morning, moving northwest. Is past, moved northeast of the islands here. Shouldn't be at any impact. It is going to move northwest, and it should slow down as the trough nears. This could give a little uncertainty as to the movement, but be assured that once the trough starts moving eastward, this system will be pushed eastward with it. So no imminent threat to the United States. And here are the models for Tropical Storm Leslie. And as you can see, it goes northwest, then almost due north. The only land mass that could possibly be impacted would be maybe Maine and Canada. And that's all very unlikely as well, as this trough moves eastward and southeastward and pushes all these systems out. So that's all I have for now. For the Daily Windup, I'm Donald Flowers.